Tell me about the coordinated community response of domestic and family violence.
Yes, so we are about 26 years young, and we are a combination of government, non-government organisations, volunteers, individuals who come together to respond to both awareness, personal education, and looking at service gaps in our community. So the CCR, we call it for short, because it is a bit of a mouthful. Yeah. We are not first response, but we look at how we can support those first response agencies out in the community who are helping people directly.
So how did it originate? How did the organisation originate?
So I say we're 26 years young. It actually formed a little bit before that, so we've probably been around for about 30 years. And it was a combination between a couple of the service providers at the time and the local police who said, we've got to do things better, we've got to work together. And hence our motto is actually working together for change. So they came together and said, what can we do better? You know, at the moment we're all working in individual silos and wanted to look at how they could work together to help people who needed the help.
I really liked it. It caught me when I saw the little logo and it was working together for change. It's very powerful. And what are some of the services you offer locally?
We have now the Avenue of Peace, which is over at Friend Park in Barney Point. So that's something that we really pushed for, and every year on the first Wednesday of May that we hold a ceremony there, and we get both survivors as well as families of victims that come along. The Love Bites program is a big program that we run. So Love Bites is run by NAPCAN or owned by NAPCAN, but we coordinate it locally, and that's a respectful relationships program that we run in our high schools. We have the Empowering Maintenance program.
The Empowering Maintenance program is run by a female mechanic, volunteers her time, and she teaches the women there how to maintain their vehicle, how to change tyre. A lot of women don't know how to do that, so she empowers them to be able to, if they need to do something with their vehicle, they're quite confident to do that.
They become self-sufficient.
Very much so.
We do other things like we look at resources, what's needed. So we have in front of us here our safety cards. Now these have actually been sponsored by QAL since 2005. We actually recommend for people to carry the safety cards with them. And the reason we do that is not everybody wants to report to police. And if they don't want to report to police but something is happening, then they need to be able to self-refer. Where do they go? Do we always know that? Well, you know, if I don't know, where am I going to look it up? So I get one of these cards out and have a look, and I start going through the details. And we have them for men, women and youth, as we said before. We have our youth safety cards. They've been created since 2015 and they're sponsored by BSL. So again, keeping it local, and we hand these out to all our youth that get involved in the Love Bites program that we mentioned before.
We also recognise that animals too can be used as leverage, and also victims of domestic and family violence as well.
Being a pet owner myself, I know
they're part of the family,
we're just
aren't
part
they?
of the family, and you wouldn't go anywhere without them.
Yes, and especially when they're children's animals as well. Like, you know, the children, it brings some normality if we're able to keep the family and the animals together, or at least the children know that, you know, the animals are safe and we'll get them as soon as we get settled. So yeah, very important.
Really, that's good. And how can we as individuals or industry help? What can we do to support this wonderful thing you're doing?
Yeah, starting conversations, getting involved. So it's really important that people know you do not have to be a DV service to be involved. So seeing things such as your QAL sign being painted and lit up in purple, how many conversations has that started?
Oh, yeah.
I have actually heard that was the first time it's ever been painted as well. So it's the first time it's ever changed colour, so we feel very privileged there. We ask people to look in their own circle of influence and see what they can do and what they're comfortable to do.
And if we as individuals can stand up and say we do not accept domestic and family violence, and we can show other people that, you know, we're taking that stand, we can break down those stigmas, we can have those conversations.
And when someone asks you for help, don't say no.
No.
Say, I'll do what I can. If you don't know what to do, when you walk away, do something.
And it's great to hear that your peer support team are having these conversations and looking at referral numbers of where they can help support their teams too.